I blew the motor. Y'all hear that?
Don't.
Yeah, I'm not doing too much, but yeah, the motor's cooked, guys. K-Swap's coming earlier, so I guess stay tuned, maybe.
Welcome back to Dubs Daily's YouTube channel or Instagram story, whatever the fuck it's gonna be. Y'all hear that?
Engine no good, buddy. Engine
Not good. But guess what? Toyota, no engine light.
No engine light.
And somehow, we're still getting home. Not good. Very not good. Alright, now straight out. Straight out. Keep coming slow.
As far as I can go.
Slow, slow.
For now.
Okay, and there's good.
Wow, what the hell?
Oh, yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. I like this one. She's cool. She's cool too.
Well, there you guys go. Don't really have to say much. You guys saw the intro. Motor's cooked, so yeah, she's finally parked, and I guess I'm gonna have to, not have to, but I'll get the process started a lot earlier than I originally planned. But am I mad about it? Honestly, not entirely. The only thing I am kind of like upset about is the fact that I'm not gonna be able to drive it throughout the summer like I wanted, you know, just to get that little summer feel with the MR2, you know, 90s car, this and that, you know, the vibes and all that. But it is what it is. This motor, honestly, it was pretty much bound to blow up, to be honest. Like, from when I got it, it's been burning a shit ton of oil. Like, I remember changing my oil for the first time in January, and then probably 3 weeks to a month later, the dipstick was already fucking bone dry. So I drained the plug, or I removed the plug to drain the oil, and probably like a liter came out. So since then, like every 3 weeks to a month, I've been changing the oil. And then the one time I wasn't on top of it like I should have been, like at least topping it up. I should have always been driving around with a bottle of oil, but I wasn't. And then the one time, as you guys saw, me and my boys, we wanted to go out for a little cruise and then get something to eat. And then that got cut short because as soon as I was exiting off the highway, every time I was pressing the throttle, I was hearing, I was like, no, what's going on? And I got to a stoplight, engine light came on. I'm like, yep, I already know it, motor's done. And then, yeah, so here I am now. Did I see what the damage was already? No, but I already have a good idea. Like, pretty much the motor was already starved of, can't even talk. The motor was already starved of oil. And then for me doing the driving that I was doing that day, pretty much burnt out all the oil that, you know, the motor had left in it. And I was broken down in Scarborough. For those of you who are in Canada, well, Ontario specifically, you guys know, like, you know, you guys know the cities, Toronto, Scarborough, whatever. I was in Scarborough and had to drive back to Whitby. So that distance isn't crazy far, but on, you know, a motor that has no oil and is now making a shit ton, like it sounded kind of like, it sounded like a creak, like, that's exactly how this shit sounded. So I didn't want to have to pay for a toll going from Scarborough all the way back to Whitby. So what I decided to do was try and drive it. And shout out Toyota, although it eventually, you know, blew. Shout out Toyota for even getting me the distance that I got to. Like, I was in Scarborough, pretty much at McCowan and 401. If you know, you know, pretty much like STC areas. And I drove from there all the way back to like Ajax. It's like Salem Road and Ajax. If you guys know, you know, that's a pretty crazy distance on a fucked up motor. So I drove that distance, and once I reached Ajax, all I heard was boom, and the car immediately shut off, was not cranking, no start, nothing. And I'm like, okay, yep, there you go. So I blew a hole somewhere in the block. I don't know exactly where it is, but once the motor shut off, I managed to put it in neutral and coast into a parking lot, and then there was literally oil and coolant leaking out the car and all of that. I haven't seen exactly where it was coming from. Of course, it's the bottom. Actually, if I look under right now, you might see. Yeah, see, it's not that bad right now because the majority dripped out, but I had it on the road for a while and oil was there, and I brought it in here, and honestly, like, as you guys saw, not too much oil, but it's still is leaking a bit. So when the time comes for me to pull the motor, I definitely just want to see where it blew. I already knew what the cause was, but I want to see the damage that was actually done. But yeah, that's enough yapping. Just want to give you guys a little, a little story as to, why she is where she is now. And yeah, she's not starting. So it sucks. I did want to drive her, but it is what it is. Shit happens. And I already had plans to pull the motor. So this is pretty much going to be like a multi-part video of me taking the engine out the car. Because even with that, like, there's still other things I want to do. Like the body, I definitely want to take care of. The rockers is definitely a must before I continue doing, the extra body work. Like quarters, I got something planned for the body to give it a little oomph, But, some panels are coming off. A lot of things are going to be switched around aesthetically. But performance-wise is what we're going for with this car, so that's going to be the main focus, and that's going to be a bit of a process because I got the motor building over there, I got the headers, I got the cams, this and that. I got a whole bunch of things that I'm still trying to put together there. Like I don't have much needed left to assemble the motor itself, but then there's the swap kit, and then there's the turbo kit. Like there's it's a whole process. It's gonna be a whole process and a whole lot of money. So that's why I really want to take my time out with it. But as that's gonna be getting built, I definitely want to work on the body same time so that the next time this car starts, it's pretty much ready. And the only thing that would have to be done would be painting it. I am itching to drive this car again, for real, man. Like I miss it. No diss to this, man. Like this is still my baby. There's still work I need to do with this. When this is up and running, and when I'm driving it for whatever time that the car season comes back around, like so most likely in April of whatever year I'm ready to finish this, hopefully God willing next year, if anything the year after that, because I really want to do everything properly. When this is up and ready, I'm gonna take a good summer out and do what I want to do with this. But even this year, there's still a couple things I want to do, but because it's gonna be my only car again, I'm gonna be kind of limited with the time that I could work on it, because with what I want to do, it may have to be parked up for a certain amount of time. So I don't want to be doing that, and it's my only car at this moment. Again, what I'm working with motor wise, I believe I showed you in one of my previous videos, but we'll go over it again very briefly. K20 Z3 head off of the SI, and then I got the K24 A2 block out of the TSX. Oh, this is new. I don't even think I showed this on Instagram, or maybe I showed the parts, but I didn't show it fully assembled. This is the RSX Type S oil pump, which is a common thing that people do when they're doing K swaps, to give you them high revs. But got this paired up with the K24 block. Shout out my boy Nathan, and hit up both his car page, Lord HN, and also his performance and welding page, Chin Racing. Shout out to him because he cut and ported the RSX Type S oil pump, which is something that you all need to do. But he already has a template to get it cut. So if there's anyone that needs to get their oil pump, or even like anything that has to do with metal fabrication and welding, hit him up for real, because he's a goat with it, trust me. But yeah, got that set up, got the chain and guides on. I do have the timing chain kit. Only thing I'm pretty much missing at this point to really get this motor fully assembled would be gaskets, intake and exhaust manifold gaskets, valve cover gaskets, some hardware, and that's pretty much. Oh no, there is something I'm trying to do with the whole VTEC system. If you guys are familiar with the VTEC killer setup or VTEC lock, whatever, I plan to do that. You won't really get much performance gains out of it unless you're gonna go all out and actually do some head work. Pause, bro. On the pause. Whoa. Pause. Do some work with the cylinder head, regarding the valves, the springs, and then upgrading the cams. Like I am upgrading the cams from what even the K24 A2 comes with. I am going with the Type R cams out of the DC5R, which is the K20A cams. The worst thing that's gonna happen is my fuel economy is going to be shit, because it's always going to be running off the VTEC lobe, which is going to open up the valves even at idle, like it would be when VTEC is open. So you're gonna be letting a lot more air in, and with a lot more air, you're gonna be letting in a lot more fuel too. But honestly, I don't care. You know, if it sounds a lot better, and if I do manage to, you know, gain a little bit of performance gains, then I see that as a plus, you know. I got all these parts for a reasonable price, so I'm just waiting on the VTEC lock pins. And what else? A couple other minor things, but as the process goes, you guys will see, and you know, I'll try my best to get this shit assembled as quick as possible, you know, to get this shit running. PRB manifold, also ported by my boy Nathan. Again, hit up his page, Chin Racing. He could do it all. I went with the PRB one more for testing purposes. I know a lot of people go with the RBC off of the Civic SIs, the HN SIs. I went with the manifold off of you get these off the EP3s, EP3 SIRs, maybe even the base 2, I think, or the RSX Type S. And I just wanted to, you know, do a little cut, port, and polish and see what I could gain out of it. If I could gain RBC numbers, then honestly, I see that as a big win, because these manifolds are a lot cheaper than the RBCs. Turbo manifold over there needs a little work, but you know, it's all gonna come together in the end. That I'm not gonna be using, so you know, I'm not even gonna talk about that. But yeah, work in progress. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Just want to give you guys a quick little update. Those like who follow me on Instagram, you guys saw that the motor was already blown, but I wanted to go just a little bit more in depth of what happened and what's to come. And yeah, there you guys go. So the next few videos will be pretty much either me working on the RSX doing something, or me taking going through the process of removing the engine and body panels and this and that, and just getting this car ready for the beast I'm trying to make it into, you know. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys right now, unfortunately. Stay tuned, I got more videos coming, as I said. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You guys know the vibes, man. Follow me on had a brain fart. Follow me on Instagram, Dubs Daily __. I also started up my custom headlights page, so you guys follow me on that. It's Dubs Lights. You'll find the link. You know what? I'll put the link in the description too. For anyone who wants any custom headlights, you guys holler at me and we'll work something out. And it's not only in Canada, like US, anywhere in the world. You guys hit me up and we'll figure something out and, you know, get your headlights looking good. But yeah, I'll put that in the description. If you don't want to follow through the description, you go to my main page, the car count, and you will find it in the description there. You guys follow that page. Hit me up if you want some work done. And yeah, you guys just stay tuned. I got a lot coming, man. Trust me. I'm out.